Good morning everybody and welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we have the Ag Pro Grapple was delivered. They were supposed to contact me beforehand and let me know that that it was coming, and they didn't. They just showed up and they unloaded it. So they're probably going to try to charge us for that, and we're going to have to push back a little bit. Little disappointing from the people at, however you say it, ESTES. But the good news is we now have Grapple, which is going to go onto our tractor on the front end loader. It attaches right to the bucket, and this is what we have today. We just have forks that attach onto the front, and obviously the big problem we have here with these larger logs that we use to mill is they're really heavy, and with the bucket on the front we push that force point all the way out to the very front, and it becomes really challenging. I actually I fabricated a bracket to remove the bucket and put the forks right on that to bring that weight point all the way to the back. But it's kind of a pain to take the bucket off and change it. So I'm really hoping this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part video. What I'm really hoping is by adding this double Grapple, we'll be able to pick up the logs much more safely and put them on the mill to mill without having to roll it off. Or worry about the force and the weight falling forward. So this was going to be an unboxing video, but there's not really a whole lot to unbox. We're going to cut a couple of straps. I'm going to take it back to the barn, load it up, take it back to the barn, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to hand this over to Benson to finish recording, and we'll go from there. Let's see how well I'm lined up for this. Looks pretty decent. Good afternoon and welcome back. I had a long, challenging day at work today. Made it even harder knowing that I had this cool toy down here to play with. So I'm looking forward to getting this thing open. The grand unboxing, unpackaging is going to be far less exciting considering it doesn't really come boxed. But we're going to cut the straps off and get into it. It did come with instructions that were tucked inside the tube here. They were tucked right down in here. Bunch of different stuff in here, colored. It's kind of pretty. Looks pretty attractive. Some specifications, some instructions, some safety do's and don'ts, yada yada yada. And then on the back page here are some installation instructions. They're pretty simple. Looks like it says, of course, it'll open and fit anything from a 60 to a 79-inch wide bucket. Opens to 33 inches wide for a total hold. Step 1 is to fully extend the 2x6 cylinder or cylinders so grapples can be in the closed position. Loosen the locking bolts on the side brackets. Position the mount above bucket so tines set approximately 1 inch inside the cutting edge of the bucket. And it does a pretty good job here. It even gives a little description of, so you know exactly this is your cutting edge, these are your tines in case you weren't sure what they were. The adjustable side brackets. It looks to me like they got shipped upside down so they wouldn't get damaged. So we're gonna have to loosen these bolts, pop these guys off, eventually slide this out, rotate it in the other configuration and slide it back in. I assume it's just square tubing inside of square tubing and bolts down. Pretty simple, but we'll get into that. First things first, let's go ahead and cut these off. This is our grand unboxing, so here we go. There's one, there's two. It's actually sitting on those, so we're going to leave those there for now. And I suspect this is going to be pretty hard to extend those pistons. I don't think that's going to be something we're just going to do easily by hand, but let's take a look and see. This one, if you get the double added grapple, it comes with, they already pre-wired it with a T inside, so your hoses are already done for you. You specify what connectors you need. So in this case, I have female 3/8 inch Pioneer, so they gave me the opposite of that. I have male. I'm going to cut these zip ties off so we can get this out of the way, because as it sits today, I cannot access the back bolt that I'm going to need. So this is going to mount on, and these are going to run up. I'll probably fabricate a little bracket to hold the other side of the tractor. I don't have anything else. Don't mind my wife texting. All right, let me grab a wrench, loosen these up, see how easy those roll around. I started to loosen this one easier, and it was definitely a chore. These were not. It doesn't specify what to torque them down to, but they are definitely down tight, I'll tell you that. That one I'd already loosened. I had to use a breaker bar. I suspect, nope, this one's loose. Nope. Nope. All right, so let's grab our trusty breaker bar here. Loosen this bad boy up. Looks like there's one on the bottom and one on the top, actually. Alright, that was really loud. Alright, that's loose. The bottom one is much easier to loosen, obviously, now that we have the top started. I think that would be easier than that at this point, but all right, at this point it's movable. I'm gonna take it all the way off. Loosen that guy up a little more. All right, so let's see if these both slide off at this point. Flip them off, and we're gonna flip them around into better orientation. All right. Well, point, we got to try to close these things down. Oh yeah, that's gonna go pretty easy. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple of helper kids, and we'll be back shortly. Evening, everybody. We are back as promised. So it says to fully extend the. I'm gonna rotate you around here. It says to. Sorry about the finger. I just gave you the finger. It says to fully extend the pistons first, which was pretty easy to do. There wasn't really much force against it. But the one challenge is it didn't want to stay. It wanted to immediately retract, which I would expect it to do. So what I did while you guys were gone, I hooked these ratchet straps around both Grapple to hold them in a closed position. I identified that I probably can't do this by myself, or at least not very smart without attaching it to something in the ceiling. So I brought the muscle in. I've got Benson this evening, and I've got Eva this evening. And then we're going to have Eleanor running the video camera here, so I'll apologize in advance if any of you get sick from motion sickness, as my 8-year-old is running the camera. But I think what we're going to be able to do is it says to mount these tines 1 inch inside the cutting edge of the bucket. So my goal, what I believe will happen, is we can rotate this down. Get the tines about 1 inch in, pull these wings, which are adjustable. They go in and out to match the distance you need. Move those in, mark it with a Sharpie, drill out a couple of holes so we can get it in place, and then I can let the kids go inside. So with that being said, let's get started. I do want to say one thing first. This video is being shot with a new GoPro 12 Hero, which we're excited to have and add to it as well. The Add a Grapple double here is from a company called Ag Folks, and I believe they're based out of Missouri. One of the big selling points to me was that it was a American company with American-made parts, items. It took about 3 weeks from the day we ordered it to get shipped here. And as you've seen so far, other than the actual shipping experience, which wasn't amazing, everything else has been fantastic. So I'm really excited to get this in place, set up, and then we'll do a little more detail on the actual functioning of it itself. So, all right, here is Eleanor on video, and let's see how this goes. All right, so Eva, you grab that end, I'll grab this end. We'll try to just slowly rotate it forward first until we get it down. And that's far more than 1 inch. Let's try to come back a little. Oh, it's all right, it just rotated. Let's roll it up first, because I think once we get it up-ish like this, even if it falls and sits on there like that, then let it sit. Okay, so now that we've got it there, let's try to move this out to about 1 inch on both sides. Here, why don't you two get this pallet out of the way? Give us a little extra room to work. That was painful. You can just yeet it back there.
Actually yeets it.
You have been yeeted. Alright, so we're getting hung up with those.
Do you need it to be scooched out more this side?
No, it's on the outside of it, so that's okay. Once we get both of these to about 1 inch in. Alright, I'm not going to get a tape measure and measure. I believe that, oh, we're right on top of that bolt. Alright, I am going to get a tape measure real quick to see how much we moved from width, because I want it to be mostly centered. So that's 9 inches from the outside of the tine to the edge of the bucket. And that is just under 9. So we can go this way a little bit, and I think that'll help with lining up the...
Oh, that sounds horrendous.
That was horrendous. Let's never do that again. Alright, what's that get us to? That's exactly 9 here. Probably like 8.5. 8.5 there. So.
Anyone else's teeth hurt from that though?
All right, I think I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Let's double check that again. 8 3/4. 8 3/4. It wasn't my intention to get that particular, but kind of worked out. So let's lift just a hair to get that in. Now the only other thing I think I want to do with this, trying to decide if I want to mount it there or if I want to rotate that up just a tiny bit. I think I want it to come up a little bit to maximize the width. So let's do this, guys. Eva, why don't you be the marker? What I want to do, Ben, Eleanor, why don't you back up a little bit? I want to rotate this up so we're mounting with these 4 bottom holes.
Yeah.
So this is just below this line. We're going to just kind of lift and just slide it forward a little bit. And then Eva, when I get there, these 4 holes, when I tell you to, just real quick, make a small mark inside each of those holes. Eleanor, why don't you come over here so they're not looking at my butt. We can see the... All right, ready? Let's try to rotate up. Oh, go down a little bit, Ben. All right, let's get it right there. Just put the pen through. Yep, all 4 as quick as you can. Good, go hit Ben's side. Ben, do your best to hold it there as best you can.
Move your butt.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, down we go. All right, so the instructions say position side brackets for drilling. Eleanor.
What?
Side brackets, position the mount above bucket so tines set approximately 1 inch inside cutting edge of the bucket. So their bucket's smaller, so it's more towards the back. But the tines are about 1 inch inside, so that's what we're aiming for. Eleanor, back up, babe. Clamp the adjustable side brackets to outside a bucket. Tighten the 2 locking bolts on each side. Drill 4 1/2-inch holes for each side bracket. So we need the 1/2-inch drill bit and slowly drill through there. In the meantime, why don't you guys entertain? No?
Okay, well, you just doing the Macarena. Don't you nobody likes to What are you doing? Are you dead? Are you
Alright, so
Okay, now the good stuff.
we're gonna try to
No,
get,
good stuff.
we're gonna go with a slower speed here. We're gonna try to get a couple of we're gonna turn the video off for now so we don't kill you guys.
Okay,
And
how do you
we'll
do
be
that?
back shortly. Alright, drilling those holes out was a little harder than I thought, but we've got 4 of them done, 2 on each side. So I'm gonna have the kids rock it up a little bit while I try to get at least a couple of these bolts in to hold it in place.
Tell us one good.
Okay, a little more. Okay, Eva, can you go up a smidge more?
No.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go on this side, see if we can rinse and repeat. This side's gonna be a little harder and we have no light. Oh, dang it. Oops, sorry about your head. Alright, so Ben, I need you to go back. Yeah, we've come off now on this side, so we need to go back a little. Okay. Come forward a little. There's one. Yeah, I can't imagine trying to do this on my own. Maybe with, all right, is there any way you can kind of lift a little bit, or no, it might just, there we go, beautiful. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of wrenches and tighten these down. I'm gonna drill out the other 2 holes, and then I'm gonna take the straps off, hook up the hydraulics, and I'll be back shortly. Eva and Benson, thanks for your help. Eleanor, thanks for your great cinematography skills.
Wait,
Appreciate
do I
it.
stop it?
Yep. Evening, YouTube. Last check-in for the night. So we've got this thing installed. I'm going to rotate you around here so you can take a look. We've got this guy installed. That actually went really smooth with the help of the kiddos and Eleanor videoing it for us. We were able to get all 4 bolted in. I still think maybe I'm going to end up modifying this a little bit more. I'm going to see how it works like this first. How it works. I can only mill up to 25-inch logs anyway, so I don't necessarily need the whole world. But while I was waiting for this to ship, I designed this little adapter here, and what I may end up doing, you can see how it angles off a little. Well, maybe you can't. There you go. So this is just a cardboard replica. I may end up moving the grapple back some. I'm going to see how it works in this configuration first. But I may take the plasma cutter and cut that down a little bit to make more of a groove. My primary use for this is going to be moving logs. We've got a sawmill. I want to be able to safely pick up logs, put them on there, and in this design I can still have plenty of bucket for any dirt. We really don't use it a ton for dirt moving and stuff like that. So it still gives me a pretty decent sized bucket, and more importantly allows me to safely pick up logs, move them, put them into position. So, but I'm going to give it a go like this. I'm going to see how it works. I've got all 4 bolts attached on both sides. Light's pretty bad over there, so I apologize for that. I'm working here at night now. But I'm looking forward to getting it going. In true disappointment like this, working on a 1959 John Deere 430W, nothing lines up with current attachments. So what they sent me was what I asked for, no fault of their own, is a 3/8 inch Pioneer fitting. And what I have here for my remotes is most definitely not a 3/8 inch Pioneer. I thought it was based on what it looked like in research online, but it's definitely not. So these fittings fit a snowplow that I have that allows the plow to tilt side to side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to there's a hardware store that makes hydraulic hoses like this. They made these hoses for me, and I made them to fit the existing fittings on the snowplow. Maybe I'll switch to a current model. Maybe I'll replace the remote hoses to match 3/8 inch Pioneer and then keep everything in a current. Maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, let's go that route. I'll replace those two and get with current. So hopefully tomorrow I can get that hooked up and test out the Grapple functionality, see how it really works, and go pick up some logs and have some fun with this thing. So you guys have a great evening. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow when we get this finished up. And if you found this video helpful or enjoyed it, by all means, you know, it means a lot to us. We'd really appreciate it if you could like it and subscribe. It really helps us out. So you guys have a great night. God bless. See you next time. Hey YouTube, welcome back. Doing our last check-in here on the Grapple from Ag Folks on our 1959 John Deere tractor 430. This thing works absolutely amazing. On our last video, I had some issues with adapters, couplers for the hydraulic lines. We got that all sorted out. Couldn't find anything local, so I had to order some new sets on Amazon. Got those in and swapped them out. I've been able to pick up a couple of different logs with it so far, move them around. My son actually came out and cursed me a little bit because he had to help move them last time with the forks, and it was very challenging. With this Grapple, it worked amazing. So wanted to just give you a quick follow-up, let you know that it was finished. I'm going to spin around here and let you see it on it, and then I will do my best to video it just to see how easy it goes up and down running off the remote. So I'm going to spin you around here. Apologize for the noise of the tractor. Again, she's an oldie but a goodie. So here we go. Looks really good on there. Again, I'm probably going to move it back, and it's a super windy day as well, so apologize for the noise. I'm probably going to move it back a little bit and notch out the bucket a little bit to enable a little bit more. I'm going to cut this down here a little bit to enable a slope to catch the logs as it goes in there. So, but here we go. I'm going to extend you out and let you see this as well as you can while I operate it. The remote, obviously we got the traditional port bucket controls right here for the front end loader, and then the remote is right here. So it's super convenient. It's right there on my arm. I can get to it quick and easy. It's a little loud. It's super cold here today. So as I pull it up, you can see it opened up super wide, and again guys, it's yesterday, we're in Michigan here. Yesterday it was 70 degrees and gorgeous, and today it's let's see, 23 degrees there today on my watch. So but look at how wide that thing opens up. Super easy. I got logs in there that were monstrous, way bigger than the tractor could lift on its own. This thing's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to making our lives a whole lot easier and a whole lot safer. Picking up logs, putting them on the mill. Clamps down nice and tight here. And bring it back forward. Alright YouTube, really appreciate you guys watching along here as we go on this video. The Grapple. I'll throw another one on here when I finish it off after I modify the bucket a little bit. Show you guys a 100% finished product. But I'm super impressed, really happy with how it turned out. Really easy to go on, installed super smooth. Me and a a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old were able to do it all by ourselves super easy. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you. Have a great night. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.